So friends, let's see today's lovely Malai chicken handi. Now here I've taken 250 grams of boneless chicken breast and just cut them up into medium sized cubes. I'm now going to add 4 tablespoons of dahi or curd. Next I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt, or you can add it as per taste. 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper powder, and I'm going to mix all of this really well and cover it and set it aside for 15 minutes. Now in a pan I've heated about 1 teaspoon of oil. You can also use ghee. Once the oil or the ghee is hot, I'm going to add these 2 medium onions that I've chopped roughly, and I'm going to fry this for about 1 whole minute till the onions become translucent. Then I'm going to add 4 light green chilies that I've just cut up into halves, and I'm going to add about 12 cashew nuts. Now we're going to fry all of this really well for about a minute. And always cook on a low to medium flame, never cook on a high flame unless the recipe asks for it. Otherwise, you know, the ingredients tend to get burnt, and then the whole recipe has this burnt kind of flavor. Now once this is done, I'm going to turn off the heat and I'm going to let this mixture come to room temperature. Now I've also soaked 1 teaspoon of poppy seeds, which is called khaskhas locally, in 2 tablespoons of water for about 10 minutes. Now once your mixture has come to room temperature, I'm just going to transfer it to my mixer grinder. And then I'm going to add this soaked khaskhas along with the water, and we're going to grind all of this to a very, very fine paste. So your paste should look like this. So it should be a very fine paste. Now in a pan, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of ghee and heat it up, and I'm going to add half a teaspoon of butter and let the butter melt completely. Now I'm going to add some whole spices. So here I have 3 elaichis, 4 cloves, 4 peppercorns and half an inch of cinnamon. I'm going to fry all of this a little, and I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste. You can use the ready-made paste or just use half an inch of ginger, about 4 small cloves of garlic, and make a paste. Now I'm going to fry the paste really well till the rawness of the garlic goes away. So say for about half a minute. Now I'm going to add my marinated chicken along with all of the dahi and all the other ingredients that we added to the marinade. And now I'm going to make the flame a little high on medium, not very high but on medium, and I'm going to fry this chicken for about a whole minute till the chicken changes from a pink color to a whitish color. So this is very important that you fry everything really well, and you will notice that the mixture starts to ooze out some oil. Now we're going to add our ground paste, that is the onion, green chili and cashew nut paste. We're not going to add any water to this recipe. Now we're going to mix everything really well, and we're going to cover and cook this for a whole minute till everything comes together nicely. Now again we're going to gently stir everything. And already the aroma is so amazing. But now we have to make this even more delicious by adding some lovely Indian spices for the flavor. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin powder or jeera powder, 2 teaspoons of coriander powder or dhania powder, half a teaspoon of pepper powder or meeri powder, 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri red chili powder, and I'm going to mix everything well together. Now in the description box below, I'll show you how I make, or I'll write down how I make my masala powders at home. I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of garam masala, which is again homemade, and 2 tablespoons of crushed kasuri methi or dried fenugreek leaves, and you're going to mix everything together really well. So I'll leave a link of how I prepare my garam masala at home, There's a video on that, and I also will leave a link of how I prepare my powder masalas at home. Now again, I'm going to cover and cook this on a very low flame this time for about 5 minutes. Now once you open the lid, you will see that the oil has come to the surface, and that's what we are looking for. This makes the dish really rich and full of flavor. So give everything a nice gentle stir. And now since it's Malai chicken, we have to add some Malai. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons of fresh cream. Now you can add the store-bought cream, or you can even collect the cream, from the milk every morning and keep it aside and add that. Cover and cook this for about half a minute. Add half a cup of fresh coriander leaves. Mix everything really well together, and our lovely Malai chicken handi is all ready. You can enjoy this with some rotis or puris or chapatis, naan, or just have it with some dal and rice. It's super tasty, guys. So do give this recipe a try, and I'll catch you soon. So let's see today's interesting recipe of chicken satay with peanut sauce. Now first I'm going to prepare the marinade, for which I've taken 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, 1 tablespoon of Szechuan chutney. I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of tomato ketchup or tomato sauce. Next I'm going to add just about a teaspoon of pepper powder. All I've done is roasted the pepper powder and ground it in my dry mixer. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder for the color, and also for the spiciness I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of regular red chili powder. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of soy sauce for the taste as well as the color. And now I'm going to add a little bit of salt, because the soy sauce also has some salt, so just a little bit of salt, and mix all of this. So this is our marinade for the chicken. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons out of this marinade and set it aside for the peanut sauce that we're going to prepare. So just take about 2 tablespoons and set it aside. Now I've taken 250 grams of chicken, which I've cut up into large cubes, and I'm just going to add this marinade, mix it up really well so all of the chicken pieces are coated, and cover it and keep it for 15 minutes. Now after 15 minutes I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of corn flour, and see that it gets nicely it gets spread all over the chicken. And I'm also going to beat up 1 egg, and I'm going to add that too. So what this will do is, when we fry the chicken a little bit, it will become nice and crispy. So after adding the egg and the corn flour, I'm going to mix all of this, and again I'm going to set it aside for at least 25 minutes so all of the marinade as well as the egg and the corn flour really infuses the chicken. So set this aside for 25 minutes. That's very important for the right kind of crispiness that we're looking for. Now after about 25 minutes, I'm going to heat about 4 tablespoons of oil, and I'm just going to fry these chicken pieces till they're nice and golden brown on both sides. So keep your heat between medium and high, and just keep turning the chicken till you get this lovely crispy golden brown color. And then drain the excess oil on some kitchen napkin. So your chicken should look like this. You should have nice crispy pieces. It should be well coated with all of the marinade as well as the corn flour as well as the egg. And now in the same pan in which we fried it, there should be at least about 1 teaspoon of oil in it. If there isn't, then just add a little. And we're going to add some diced garlic. Fry the garlic really well. It's about 2 tablespoons of diced garlic. That is about 4 large cloves cut really fine. Fry the garlic till it's, all the rawness goes away. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Szechuan chutney. Mix the chutney in well with the garlic. So this is going to be like a kind of a sauce only which will coat the chicken. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of pepper powder. Next I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of tomato sauce or tomato ketchup, whatever you have at hand. Mix that in well. So this is a really delicious dish, guys, and you'll want to make it all the time. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of soy sauce or 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, or you can adjust it as per your taste. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of vinegar for a little bit of tanginess, and mix everything in really well. Oh, the aroma is amazing. And now I'm just going to add about 1/4 cup of water. Now I've prepared a slurry using 1 tablespoon of corn flour to 4 tablespoons of water, and mix that in really well. And I'm going to add this slurry. Now stir it in before you're adding it, because the corn flour tends to settle at the bottom of the the vati or the cup, and then add that. Now what this corn flour slurry will do is it will thicken up this gravy or this coating immediately. So this is like a thick sauce which we're going to put the chicken in. And then I'm going to show you the peanut sauce that goes really well with this chicken satay. So now our sauce has nicely thickened. Keep your gas on a very low flame and just add all the chicken pieces back in. Mix everything really well together so that all of the chicken gets coated with this sauce. Ensure that all the chicken pieces are nicely coated. Now one tip I'd like to give you here is add the chicken to the sauce, just about 5 or 10 minutes before you're going to serve it, and then garnish it with some coriander. That way the chicken will remain nice and crispy. Now we're going to make the peanut sauce. So I've not turned the heat on under the pan. I've taken a saucepan to which I've added 1 cup of peanut powder. Then I'm going to add 1 cup of coconut milk. Now this is just a ready-made coconut milk. I've just added the powder to some hot water, or you can use actual coconut milk. Now I'm adding 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. If you don't have brown sugar, you can use regular sugar. The brown sugar adds a little bit of an extra taste to it. Now this is the marinade that we had kept aside. Just add that too. Now I'll leave a link of how I prepare peanut powder at home. I'll leave a link in the description box. You can go and check it out. It's super simple. Now I'm just going to add a little pinch of salt, and I'm going to add the juice of half a lemon. So remember, the gas is not yet turned on, that is, the heat is not turned on. We're just adding all the ingredients first. Now mix everything really well together. Now is the time you're going to turn the heat on, and you're going to keep stirring this sauce on a very low to medium flame till everything comes together and the sauce starts to thicken up a bit. Now at this point would be a good time to give a taste to this sauce to see if you want to add a little bit of more of the sourness or more of the sweetness. So accordingly you can adjust the sauces, etc. Now keep on stirring this till you get a nice thick peanut sauce. Now generally this chicken satay is made on skewers or kebab sticks, but I'm just making it as a dry dish. And all you have to do is just pick up the chicken pieces and just dip them in the sauce and have them. So our sauce is all ready. So all I've done is just kept the chicken pieces in a plate. I've just added the sauce to a small little cup, and all you have to do is take a fork and just dip it into the sauce and have it. So this is a super simple dish and really delicious. So do give it a try, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.
Friends, I hope you liked today's recipe as well as today's video, and if you would like to see more videos like this, then don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up. Also by clicking the thumbs up icon. Also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and become a part of Akshata's recipes. Once you have subscribed, there is a small little bell icon that will pop up, so just click on that. That way whenever I put up a new recipe or a new video, you get a message for the same. So on that note, I'll say bye, and I'll catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshata saying bye. Take care, stay healthy, stay fit, be kind and loving to one another. So till we meet again, bye.
So friends, let's start with today's lovely recipe of chicken stew. Let's go through the ingredients. So here I've taken about 150 grams of chicken cut into cubes, 1 cup of chicken stock, 1 cup of thick coconut milk, 1 medium-sized onion chopped, 1 medium-sized tomato chopped, 1 carrot chopped, 8 to 10 French beans chopped, 1 light green chili slit, 1 medium-sized potato peeled and chopped, about half a cup of green peas, 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste, half an inch of cinnamon, 4 cloves and 1 cardamom or elaichi, 1/4 teaspoon of haldi, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of pepper powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, some salt to taste. Now here in a pan I've taken about a tablespoon of oil. Once the oil is hot, I'm going to add the whole spices, that is the cinnamon, the cardamom and the cloves, and I'm going to just fry them a bit so that they flavor the oil. Next, I will add in my chopped up onion. Now we're going to fry the onion till it's nice and translucent. I'm also going to add the green chili which I've just slit in the middle, and that also will flavor the oil and add a nice spice to it. So just fry the chili well. Now I'm going to add my ginger garlic paste. Now if you're making the paste at home, then use half an inch of ginger and about 4 cloves of garlic and make it a nice fine paste. Now we're going to fry all of this really well. Next I'm going to add my chicken cubes to the bagar, and I'm going to fry the chicken just a little bit in this bagar. Next I'm going to add the haldi powder or the turmeric powder, give it a mix. This will add a lovely flavor as well as give a lovely color to this stew. Next I'm going to add the tomato, and I'm going to fry the tomato till it becomes nice and soft. Next I'm going to add the coriander powder, the cumin powder as well as the pepper powder. Now to make all these powders, what I do is I roast them, dry roast these powders and grind them to a nice fine powder. Now I've drained the water from the potatoes that I peeled and chopped, and I've added the cubed up potatoes also to this bagar. Next I'm going to add the carrots and the French beans, and I'm going to saute all of this really well. Now when you fry all of this well, it really flavors the stew and you get an amazing delicious stew. Now I'm going to cover and cook this for 3 minutes. Next I'm going to add the peas, mix it up well, and again cover it and cook it for about another 3 minutes. We want everything to really come together really well and taste really delicious. So again I'm going to mix everything. Now we're cooking on a medium flame. Doesn't it look lovely, all the lovely veggies in this stew? Now I'm going to season it with some salt to taste. Just a tip over here, always add less salt first, and then later on after you taste it, you can always add more. Again, fry all of this really well. So you get to eat, your veggies, you get to eat some meat, protein. This stew is really amazing, and it's so quick to prepare. What you can do is you can just chop up all your veggies and keep it aside, and when you're ready to make the stew, just get everything together. So now we're going to again cover and cook for another 2 minutes. So just fry everything nice and well. And you can check now that your chicken pieces are nice and cooked. You can just, with your spoon or spatula, just break up the chicken and it should be cooked by now. Now we're going to add the chicken stock. And we're going to mix it well. Now you can make the chicken stock by actually boiling some chicken or meat and then extracting the stock, or the shortcut is just take some hot water in a cup, 1 cup of water, and add about 2 or 3, soup cubes, and your stock is all ready. Now let the mixture come to a nice boil. So you can use the chicken Maggi cubes or the chicken soup cubes. Just put them in some hot water and that's your stock. So that's a real shortcut method to get some lovely stock. Now I'm going to add my thick coconut milk. Again over here, you can actually, grind the coconut and extract the milk, or just take 1 cup of hot water and add about 4 or 5 tablespoons of ready-made coconut milk powder, and your coconut milk is also ready. And that's it, friends. All our ingredients are done with. Now we just have to stir this mixture and let the mixture come to a nice gentle boil on a low to medium flame. And once the mixture comes to a boil, we're just going to stir it, and then we're just going to cover and cook it and simmer it for another 5 minutes, and our stew is all ready. Now you can have this stew with appams, you can have it with some rice, but my favorite is to have this with some pao. You just dip the pieces of pao in this amazing stew and soak up all this lovely gravy, and it's just mind-blowing and amazing. So I hope you give this recipe a try, guys, and let me know in the comments section how you liked it. Thanks for watching. Delicious and quick and easy chicken rice made in a pressure cooker. Now here I've taken 250 grams of boneless chicken breast and cut it up into small cubes. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of red chilli powder, 1 teaspoon of turmeric or haldi powder, and I'm going to add salt to taste, roughly about 2 teaspoons. And I'm going to mix everything really well together and just set it aside for marination for about 15 minutes. This is an ideal weekend lunch idea. Now we're going to make the masala paste. So I've taken 3 green chilies. Then I've added about 7 dried red chilies, 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, or otherwise 4 cloves of garlic and 1 inch of ginger made to a paste, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder or dhania powder, 1 cup of fresh coriander leaves, 2 tablespoons of water, and we're going to grind this to a nice paste. This is going to be our masala paste for the rice. So this is the paste. I'm just transferred it to a small bowl. So now I've taken my pressure pan and I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of ghee. Then I'm going to add about 6 cloves or lavang, half an inch of cinnamon or dalchini, 10 peppercorns or miri, and 1 cardamom or elaichi, and 1 bay leaf. Next I'm going to add 4 onions that I've sliced really fine, lengthwise, and I'm going to fry the onions really well till they turn nice and dark golden brown in color. So this should take you approximately about 7 minutes. They should look like this. Now I'm going to add 2 tomatoes that I've just chopped roughly. Mix all of this really well together. Let the tomatoes become nice and mushy. Now I'm going to add this masala paste that we just ground in the mixer jar. Just add that. Mix everything really nicely together. Next we're going to add the chicken that we marinated for about 10 to 15 minutes with turmeric powder, red chili powder and salt. Mix the masala in well with the chicken. Now I'm just going to add about 1 cup of chopped up fresh coriander leaves. Mix all that together. And I'm going to add 1 cup of coconut milk. I'm using the packet milk. You can also use fresh coconut and make 1 cup of coconut milk. Just mix everything together. You can add a little more salt if you want, about say half a teaspoon. And now just cover it and cook it for about 5 minutes till the chicken is a little bit cooked. And now we're going to add 1 cup of rice that I washed and soaked for about 10 to 15 minutes, drained all the water. I'm going to add the rice, and now we're just going to close the pressure pan and let it cook for 1 whistle on high and simmer for 10 minutes on a low flame, and then just let the cooker come to room temperature, and that's your chicken rice all ready. It's super delicious and really quick and easy to prepare. You can have this with some lovely chilled yogurt and some chopped onions and lemon at the side. So do give this recipe a try, guys. It's a really quick and easy recipe. So here I'm heating 1 tablespoon of oil in a pan. Now I'm using olive oil, but you can go with regular oil. Here I have 5 cloves of garlic that I've crushed coarsely in my mortar and pestle. I'm going to add that, and I'm just going to fry the garlic really well till the rawness of the garlic goes away. Now here I have 200 grams of boneless chicken breast that I've just cut into small cubes. I'm going to add that well into the garlic and just mix the two well together. Now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of pepper powder, followed by 2 teaspoons of paprika powder. You can also use Kashmiri red chili powder. Next, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of mixed Italian herbs, some salt to taste, and again I'm going to mix all the ingredients really nicely with the chicken. So this is a super simple recipe. Everything gets into one pan, and it gets ready also really quickly. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. Again, mix everything nicely together. We're cooking on a low to medium flame. Now I'm going to add this sweet chili sauce. This is not a sponsored video, but I'm using the Viva sauce. You can use any one that you get your hands on. 1 tablespoon of sweet onion sauce, and mix all of this really well together. Now these two sauces are really key to this recipe, so try not to skip the two sauces, and they're easily available. And now you're just going to cover and cook the chicken on a low flame for about 8 minutes, stirring in intervals till the chicken is nicely cooked. And then you're just going to garnish it with some finely chopped coriander. And that's it, guys. This lovely sweet chili chicken in a pan is all ready to enjoy. Hope you like this recipe. I'll catch you soon in my next video.